I have heard you kind of like admonish people in the gym for certain habitual things that are so commonplace. It's like it's just what happens, right? And I've heard you kind of admonish them, saying, "Hey, just so you know, that could actually contribute to the problem as opposed to alleviating the problem."
Yeah.
So, can you highlight some of the common practices that people do? Not just in the gym, but I think importantly in the gym that could actually be making this issue worse than it is.
Yes. So, just in case peeing. That is probably the biggest one that can perpetuate bladder issues. And what I mean by just in case peeing is I went to the bathroom before I left the house to go to the gym. It's only been 45 minutes since I just went to the bathroom, and we're about to do double unders, so I'm going to pee again, just in case. I don't feel that I have to go to the bathroom, but I'm going to pee just in case.
So if you've emptied your bladder, if you've gone to the bathroom, about how long should it take before your bladder is full enough that you should have to go again?
Driven by fluid pacing,
right?
2 hours.
2 hours.
That is the minimum amount of time. Your bladder should be able to store for at least 2 hours, up to 4. Just because you can be a camel and hold for longer than 4 hours does not mean it's healthy.
So that's another common mistake.
Correct.
Right. So you have some
strong
people,
bladder.
Right. You've got some people who are like, hang on a second, let me go pee again, and you got others who are like, I kind of have to pee, but whatever, let's just go.
Yeah.
That's another potential mistake.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or the common saying, I have a small bladder. If you aren't pregnant or over the age of 65, you have a self-taught small bladder in 99% of the cases.
So you're saying when I'm on a long flight and I go to the bathroom like 7 times, it's my fault?
So, but that's what I mean by just in case peeing. Like if you've been at work and you get to the gym and you realize, yeah, it's been 3 hours since I've gone to the bathroom, we're about to go run or do heavy deadlifts, yeah, empty your bladder.
Right.
You're just more going to hear it from me because I want to create conversation about it. And for anyone out there, if you've felt chastised by me, I apologize for that. I'm just trying to create the conversation because I've heard many people say, well, don't tell Kara, I'm going to go pee.
But if more people knew about this, it would make my life so much easier at every race that I go to.
Yeah.
Because the lines would be shorter at the porta potties if they knew they didn't have to try to force one last one. So then I could get in there and do that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, that goes into the stress side of things, that the nervous pees and poops are very, very common. But that's more of a stress chemical thing, that fight or flight mentality, that if you're anxious or nervous about something, your body is much lighter to hightail it away from an African lion without having a full bladder or for full bowels to be able to do so. So that's your nervous system kicking on and wanting you to eliminate. But an urge is just a signal. It's not a command. And not every urge has to be responded to. And so that's what I'm trying to help educate on, that 2 to 4 hour holding window, is that we want our bladder to send urges and signals based on volume.
Got it.
That is the biggest thing when it comes down to the lifestyle and bladder health side of things.
Okay, so just in case peeing, but then also holding it too long, like trying to fight it off. What are some other common things? Are there other common things that you see that, like, if you didn't do that, that would...
Fly-by peers, or pushing when you pee.
So trying to force more out?
Correct.
Okay.
So that can change the motor pattern signaling from bladder to brain to bladder. Peeing is a time for you to sit and relax. Just let it go, because the bladder needs to squeeze while the pelvic floor relaxes. And if you're pushing, you're creating abdominal pressure. The pelvic floor is in synergy with these deep abdominals and your diaphragm, that they're going to kick on when you're trying to push. And so more or less you're stepping on the hose as you're trying to eliminate the bladder. So it's changing up, it's screwing up the strategy and the motor pattern.
Okay.